Hey, this is the 13th Wolfman, and this is the last last episode to the evolution of evil. The evolution of evil has been really good to me, and all you people have been well. I guess I shouldn't say you people, but all the people that have been willing to sit through them all have been really good to watching them. So thank you. It's a big thank you. I appreciate the popularity that this series has got. Achieved. Let's go with that one. The popularity that this series has achieved. So again, I say thank you. So let's get on with the episode. I left off. I was going to talk about the cheap horror of the 2000s, and they were all over the place. You could go to the stores anywhere and you could find, you know, someone putting out something like Hybrid or, oh, I don't know, Knock Knock. Knock Knock, which to me was really cheap horror. It never, you know, it's one of those movies that never made it to the theaters, but it was actually pretty good. There was some that was actually pretty good. Silent Venom was another one. I believe there's an alternate name for that one. It's shown on Sci-Fi now, but it's about snakes and whatnot. Just the Timber Falls. Timber Falls actually made it to the theater. I'm thinking about the stuff that was like cheap. You know, you would see someone put something out, and there was a real big amount of this stuff. Just, it seemed like every weekend you'd go to the store and you'd see a new knockoff horror slasher wannabe in the bins, and it kind of sucked because you didn't know whether or not it was worth to buy or not. Sometimes it was. Shrooms was one of them. That was one of those ones where it came from Northern Ireland, I believe it was, and it was cheap horror because, like I said, to me, I'm considering cheap horror as stuff that didn't make it to the theaters here. I know that sounds presumptuous of me being in the States, but if we weren't available to see it in the States, then the only thing I went to is directly to DVD, and to me, direct to DVD is cheap horror. You know, so Shrooms was definitely just, I remember seeing it. I walked by that thing, I don't know how many times before I actually picked it up. And when I did pick it up, I got it at a fire sale. So I got it for even cheaper. Hold on a second. I'll get you some cheap horror. That should do it. Okay, I had a stack of them over there. I don't know why I'm struggling. Stuff like Anatomy. You know, very, very cool movie, but cheap horror. Red Sands. I picked this up at Big Lots for like $3 last Halloween. I still haven't watched it all the way through, but skip that one. Third sequel to Hostel, direct-to-video, so it was a cheap horror. Actually, not that bad. It could have been worse, and it could have been better, but it wasn't that bad. Evil Breed, again, not that bad of a movie. It stars Richard Grieco for like 5 minutes, and then it's over. Jenna Jameson's in it. It's not a bad movie. Cheap horror. Hillside Cannibals. Enough said. It's below cheap, man. It wasn't even that good. So that's just some of the cheap horror that came out in the 2000s, along with Scream Bloody Murder, Bloody Murder 1 and 2. Oh man, what else? There's like still a whole stack over there of like movies I bought like a year ago from a fire sale. So, but yeah, So that's what was going on in the 2000s with cheap horror stuff. And I've come to an end. I'm sorry. This is it. This is the last episode of Evolution of Evil. You can see new stuff on Spotlight On, which is going to be a lot more fun. This was fun. This was a lot of fun to do, but I only have so many decades to deal with, and when I run out of decades, that's it. I tried to make each decade a little bit longer because I wanted to talk about a lot more stuff. Spotlight On is going to be a lot more fun because I can spotlight on slashers of the 1970s, or female vampire films, or whatever I want. And the subject matter is just going to be huge. So, again, I thank you. I thank you for tuning in and checking out the Evolution of Evil. I'm the 13th Wolfman. I'm on the prowl.